Welcome everyone to the newest edition of the Tumult Trials. In this episode, we are going big, we are going bravos, and we are going a little bit silly as we usually do. Tonight, we're going to play a deck that, the only thing I could call it was mana, because that's all we're doing. We took every single card in Bravos that says mana on it, every single card, and every single card that was expensive to kind of be payoffs for the ramp we are trying to accomplish. And of course, if you're going for a big mana deck, we have to play Atsadi and Surge. So what Atsadi and Surge says is, I begin the game with 5 heroism counters. When you play a character with hand cost greater than or equal to my number of heroism counters, draw a card and I gain a heroism counter. Now, we've talked a lot about the game this early in its life having a hero in each faction that's sort of lacking support, and this is definitely the one for Bravos. If you've never experienced the Tumult Trials recording, if you're new to the video series, we're not expecting to win. Part of this series is seeing what we think of decks that are lacking and kind of saying what we think could help them improve. Whether we get those things in future sets is another matter altogether. We do have a couple, a few different pieces of disruption. We have all the big characters. We've got Tough Kaibara, the rare out of faction Sakara Brew, and basically all the rares are if they said mana and it was more efficient, it became rare. Otherwise, it was just trying to get like the bigger things. I did ask the community if I should play Atlas or Achilles, and most people recommended Achilles over Atlas at the 5 mana spot, but there is the possibility that in a silly brew like this, you might want to go for Atlas. But that's sort of the deck in general. Again, we're just sort of going to jam. We're going to try to get mana as early as possible and a lot of it, and just try to go big and hope that our few disruption pieces can carry us the rest of the way. I'm expecting a struggle. The other thing is, because I don't own all these cards, I will be playing on the fan-made client Exalter tonight. I'm expecting slightly more challenging games because people tend to practice meta decks there. So I'm not expecting good results, but you know, we're here for fun, we're here to learn, and we're here to mess around, and let's get into some games. Alright, welcome to the newest episode of the Tumult Trials. Took us a minute to get a match on Exalted, but now we are going. We are playing Mana Bravos. It's every card that says mana. Mana Eruption, okay. Drew, starting hand, convert 3 of them to mana. Alright, so put this one in mana. I have not played much on Exalted, so this might be a little bit interesting. I kind of want to mana channeling twice. Getting rid of both of the mana eruptions might be risky. They are playing Auraq. Auraq is the hero that when you play a character with a base stat of 0, they get a performance counter, and then at noon, if you have 5 performance counters, you can use them and basically reveal the top card, or look at the top card, and reveal the top card of your deck. You may play it for free or put it into your hand. Okay, so we're gonna mana channeling to get an extra mana early. We're off to a good start. they're going to have one left. We're going to Tiny Jin on the opposite side. So Tiny Jin, if they have a boost, will turn into mana. So you need them to get into reserve. The biggest problem with Atsadi is that because every time you play a character that costs more than its number of counters, it adds another one, so you constantly have to be going up, which is difficult to do. Okay, so we can put yeah, I think we put Shenlong into mana. We have other big things, and I think we just keep going up. We mana channeling and then Tiny Jin. They might take both sides. They are also mana-ing. So they have the out of faction Mighty Jin, which works the same way as our Mighty Jin that we have in our deck. We might be playing the rare version though. So we're gonna mana channeling. Okay, and then we go on this side. We go on the companion side because they can't play anything else. And we pass. So we both move. So we're going to be at 7 mana on turn 3. 8 mana on turn 3. That's pretty good. They're going to be at... they didn't put it into mana. Interesting. We've got Sakara Brew and Mind Apotheosis. I think we put the Mind Apotheosis into mana. We've got a couple more. Did they just pass? That had to be an accident, right? I'm going to actually just play Aja because I'm hoping we draw one of our 5-drop characters or 6-drop characters so that we can go into like go in order. That's the big thing with Atsadi is you want to go in order. Okay. So we're both... They might have a 2-drop. They have 3 cards in hand. I don't know if there's a 2-drop in Lyra that's big enough to take this from us. Okay. Maybe the note in Exalted was just a little wrong. They definitely did not pass. They did put it in mana. Okay, there's Achilles. There's Kaibara. I mean, I don't think we put anything into mana. No, we should. We will put the Kaibara. It is the biggest thing we have. So we got 10 already on day 4. We are certainly ramping. So they have 5 left. Tough one. Okay. This is forest, mountain. So I think we just go over here. That activates Atsadi, and we draw another Achilles. That's pretty big. It's not gonna turn on Atsadi's ability, but it does give us another play in case they have removal or in case they have anything like that. We need forest here. We can't beat them there. So 2 mana, what could they have to stop us? Should I play the Achilles? Or should I save it for tomorrow to put into mana or something like that? I think I should save it. We can't block them. If they had 5 in Mountain, even if we lost, I would say we should do it. But since they can use, since they would have 1 more than us, I think it's just worth passing. Hoping that they might have Twinkle Twinkle, I think is 1 mana, but they did not. And okay, we're gonna have some card advantage. Okay, so we definitely put something into mana. I think we put the we'll have 11, and then we could get up to play this. Okay, I think we put the Achilles into mana. So they are using Auraq's ability. This could be quite bad for us. Okay, they got a Mighty Djinn. I think we're okay with that. They do have 9 mana too. I don't know if I want to give them more mana, actually. So I think we 4/4/4. Okay, I think we play Tomoe on the companion side, the 2/2/2/5/5. You can only play her if you have 7 or more mana orbs. No worries. Welcome back. We finally got into a game. We've got 11 mana on day 5. They also have been ramping a little bit, surprisingly. Okay, so we have okay, so we're not gonna beat them there, so we should just do this. Put them back. Drew Tiny Djinn. Okay, that's another play. And it's good on the companion side. We kind of got lucky with this matchup because Auraq is, I think, what most people consider the hero from Lyra that is lacking support, and we're playing the Bravos hero that is lacking support. So it kind of worked out for us in the end. You still have the Achilles over here too, but I think we just play this here. Hopefully that's enough to get us to move there. We'll just give them the hero side. We already put them back 1 space. We have like a ton of mana to work with. Now the question becomes, what am I gonna call this video? Okay, so they passed. So we will move, you know, we've been in this situation enough times to where I can't with confidence say how close we are to actually winning. They are only 1 mana orb behind us, which is kind of crazy. Opponents discard. Can't look at their mana. Okay. So technically Sakara Brew does get us the next level on Atsadi. And then Tomoe is cheap, but we might just want the mana. No, I think we get rid of these two. Ooh, Intimidation. Okay. I don't know if they're going to be playing things with hand cost 2 or less, but this is an easy put into mana option because we drew 2 of them. Now the Sakara Brew doesn't. So, Eternal Hydrocana that we can't intimidate. That's certainly not the best. We do have large things though, and that was most of their mana. So 7, we have 5 left. Okay, so I think we this is forest, water, and forest. So okay, I think we put Tomoe on the companion side. Try to make them put something else there so that Sakara Brew basically has like free reign. We can put the Aja somewhere. Okay. That doesn't stop us from moving though. Because we have more in mount. No, it does stop us from moving. Okay, that's okay. I think we put the Sakara Brew on the hero side, and we can intimidate. We drew a Mind Apotheosis for next turn if we need it. So let's see what they do. Intimidating. We can intimidate the Lyra Scald, so that might be the move. Interesting. So we need. So we need forest, water, huh? We have 4, that'd be 9. We would win in water if they have nothing. They have 1 card in hand. I think this is worth the risk. We both go up a mana. Oh. But it puts it in exhausted, if I remember correctly. That should definitely be a note on this information. So they will move, but we will win. Honestly shocked. That went probably as well as it could have gone. Okay. See, this is a little more rough. This is definitely a worse opening hand. We only have 1. We have a couple. Alright, so we're going to get rid of the Shenlong, the Tomoe, and the Kaibara. It's kind of rough to get rid of our payoffs, but like the payoffs don't do anything this early in the game. We also have After You, which is a little rough. They drew a card. That's a little surprising. They might get rid of this. We're definitely not off to the fast start we were in the other game. I think like that was just incredibly lucky to. I think we were at 10 mana on turn 4, and then I kind of slowed down. because I was like, that seems like enough to do things. Okay, so they just drew another card. Interesting. Maybe they're just looking for their control pieces, I guess is a reasonable assessment. So here's Mana Eruption. I think Intimidation might be like okay against this deck. Like it makes them play things again. I don't really want to discard one of our mana orbs yet, so I'll put Mana Eruption into our mana pool. And okay, so we could Mighty Djinn, or we can just do this. If they play a character, we can Intimidation, or we can... Oh, they resupplied. Or they sabotaged. Yeah, I was thinking we should play the Tiny Djinn from reserve first, but it did not work out that way. Okay, I mean... Oh, there's Small Step Giant Leap in their reserve. Okay. They've got some small things, so they are moving. We are tied up again. That definitely... I should have played the one from reserve first. Okay, there's Mana Channeling, there's Mighty Djinn. So I think we put one of the Mighty Djinns into mana. It's gonna do that anyway, and then we Mana Channeling, or Tiny Djinn, Mana Channeling, Intimidation. Oh, Sabotage. The Sabotage is really getting us this game. Okay, we don't really want to put that in hand. Although maybe we will eventually. Okay. So they're really doing small small mana cost characters control. So they're making us after you. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna make them intimidate. We're gonna intimidate, so they have to play that again. Nothing is gonna go to sabotage, so we're gonna draw a card. This game definitely feels harder than the last one. I can say that much. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. Hello, YouTube. I hope you're having a good time watching this. Feel free to like and subscribe if you feel like it. It's always greatly appreciated. Mana Reaping. Put target character in its mana zone. Okay. We're going to put Intimidation in. It definitely feels more rough. Oh, nice. Went outside and caught the Aurora Borealis tonight. That's very cool. I'm inside. I guess that's what E just went outside to do with our neighbor. Which makes sense. Okay. It's not really a good side to put this on, but they do need Mountain here, so... I'm assuming with 4 cards in hand, they have something to get rid of it. Yeah, maybe I'll see if... maybe I'll see if I can go catch it after stream. I'm not sure if Mana Erupting was the move on that character, but I didn't really have another option, and we're definitely kind of fighting an uphill battle right now. So there's a Baba again, but no card draw. Okay, we both moved. They're ahead a little bit. We are definitely going to convert to mana. I know that the rare Mighty Djinn draws you a card, I believe. The reason why we're not playing the rare is because we needed a 7-drop. And Sakar Brew is like the only 7-drop that I could run that was worth running. So Mana Reaping and Intimidation. Yeah, this is rough. I guess we're gonna try to. Alright, we're not putting anything into mana. This is really not where we want to be. I guess we're gonna try to like disrupt them as best we can. We can't move. I think this is the first time on stream I like haven't had a character to play. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a rough draw. Just go big. Just play your biggest thing first. Oh, I have to go first. Yeah, this is terrible. This is a bad situation to be in. We're not even lacking for characters. It's kind of wild that we ended up with 2 spells. But it is a silly deck, so ooh. Like, okay. Do I just pass and let them have it? Like there's no. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't there's really not another option. I just have to pass. I wonder how much would be different if I had played the Tiny Djinn from reserve earlier in the game. We'd be up a mana. Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, they can play a free spell, so they're okay. So they're trying to small step. Okay, well, we can at least we can get rid of the. Okay, so I think we get rid of the intimidation. I think we got a mana reaping first. The Katagur. Then we can Achilles and we can finally activate Atsadi's ability. We've had the mana to do it for so long, we just weren't drawing the cards. Okay. This is interesting. They could 100% have something that stops us right now. There's a Sakara Brew, though. That's pretty big if we can make it to... Nope, they got it. Yep, that is a GG for sure. Yeah, definitely possible that not putting the Tiny Djinn from reserve out first kind of like threw that game for us, but there was a small chance that they like didn't have a character in their hand because they're playing a control deck, but okay, I think I get rid of one of the Tomoes, the Intimidation, and the Mana Eruption, and just kind of like go full force. So yeah, the plan, especially with these like silly decks, is like, you know, it's okay if we play them 2 streams in a row, just to give them the best chance they can have. That's crazy. Oh, we got Teija Nauraa. What a bold opening play, I must say. I mean, we're gonna play both of the tiny gens and try to ramp really hard. There's no point in playing anything on the companion side because they were always gonna move. So that was honestly like a wild play. Drew 2 cards. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of the mana reaping. We probably should have kept a mana. Yeah, we probably should have kept it for like Hydrocana in case they're playing that. Yeah, that probably was not the smartest thing to do. But if anybody has like a one box brew they want to see, because that's what we'll do on Sunday, I guess you can definitely let me know, and I can either build it or I might have it built already. Okay, so we're just gonna tiny gen twice. Alright, well, tiny gen once. You can play BGA on your phone, but I imagine on like a normal like size phone, it's not the easiest thing to do. Okay. I'm kind of okay with this. I'm a little honestly I'm a little confused about what's happening right now. I mean, we just man, okay, we're gonna keep the mana eruption this time. We're gonna get rid of the Aja because we can play Tomoe. Yeah, this is closer to what the first game was like. Although the first game was like even faster. So we got characters control have tough 2. Okay, so we definitely want okay, so we want a Tomoe. Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that it works on the phone at all. 5/5. We both need forest water. Okay, so I need to go over here, right? We need forest there. That's like not that good. 3. Okay, I think I'm mana channeling. Make them play something. Being tied is rough. Ooh. Okay, so we could just give it to him and hope for the best and get rid of the Spindle Muda Bastion. This won't even move us, but it'll block them. No, I think we need to block them. Okay, so we need to go here. Because we both need forest here. It's unfortunate that we can only block them, but they're gonna lose the aloe vera anyway, so I'm okay with that. 2 Sakara brews. uh, that is a little intense. I kind of want to keep both. I'm not gonna lie. No, we can get rid of one. Sakarbra is probably like one of my favorite cards. Like I really like the art. Okay. So I think we do this, make them move back. Another mana eruption. The kind of the struggle this deck has been having, just for context, is like there's not very many things that are very low cost. Like it ramps up very quickly because it's a ramp deck. So when we get down to like having 2 mana left, it's kind of hard to be able to do like 2 plays at once, essentially. I have a unique Sakar brew that can do the usual move them back and make them discard a card in the same play. No idea if it's good, but it's fun. I mean, it sounds good. Having like moving them back a spot feels so big. It feels like such a mental move too. We do have okay, so they did block us, so they're gonna move twice. Not really what we want to see, but mana channeling, intimidation. Okay, the intimidation doesn't feel like it's gonna do anything. That'd be 6. We can play the Sakara Brew or the Tomoe. They need Mountain or okay. I think we play this here. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of rough. We're going to mana reaping the tough 2 permanent. Okay, well, we're gonna mana erupting something, which is gonna put us down mana again, but what do we do? Them having a physical training is like pretty bad. We could get rid of the... If we do that, we'll block them here. Or gains 1 boost. Okay, I think I don't know. This definitely feels a little bad. They are Muna-ing well. And we're not gonna move. But we weren't gonna move like anyway, so they anchored that. We somehow went from 10 to we went down mana. All right. They're definitely getting there. We are definitely struggling as expected. 2 Achilles. It's funny because you would think that would be great, but we don't have 10 we don't have 10 mana. We do have the Sakarbru though, so we can do 2 things. The Dracana's kind of just gonna win them the game though. They need water. Yeah. This definitely feels like a foregone conclusion. I think at some point in like the mid game, I don't know what I could have done. Kept different cards in my hand or like not put things in mana to have more options. I mean, that Mind of Apotheosis would be great next turn, so maybe. Alright, we can't stop them from moving there, so maybe we just go on this side. If they only move once. Oh, nope. They are gonna put something of ours into mana. I assume they have something to give it a. Oh, they're gonna beauty sleep. Okay, that was a good play. Beauty sleep is a good card if you're ending the game with it, for sure. All right, they got it. GG. Welcome back, everyone. That was the Atsadi mana only Tumult Trials gameplay, and we're gonna go ahead and break down what happened, kind of like where the deck struggled, um, possibly what I think the game could add to improve the deck, and sort of uh, what I hope to see in the future. So, from the games, you could kind of tell that the deck wanted to be drawn in a very specific order. The first game felt like the perfect balance of this is a fair matchup, and we drew the exact cards in the exact order we wanted to see them to like ramp extremely quickly into the big payoffs and get the payoffs in the order that made the most sense mana curve wise. And I think that was like the optimal example of this silly deck that has every card that says mana in it. I think the other games showed not only the struggle with the like silly version of the deck, but the struggle with Atsadi in general. It struggles when you aren't drawing your characters in the right order, and it struggles a lot with its opening hand. A couple of the games we played, our opening hands were just mostly our big payoffs and almost no ramp pieces. And that meant for a deck that wanted to go as big as possible, we were almost going slower than our opponent. And we just couldn't catch up. A lot of the ramping cards don't have big stats, or they have zeros, or their spells. And if you're ramping on turn 3, 4, and you're not putting things on the expeditions, you're just falling behind, and it definitely, a lot of the games didn't even feel remotely close. I know there was a couple times where it felt like we might come back, but they were definitely long shots. I think things that the game could add to kind of improve these ramp decks, especially Atsadi, is, and I've mentioned this before with other people, you really want character ramp further up on the mana cost so that you're ramping and putting stats on the table at the same time. Every time we had to choose one or the other was when it felt like a hard decision. And every time we got the ramp first and then the big characters later, it felt smooth. And just kind of like combining that together and then having like utility pieces that do effects that help you control the battlefield. This feels almost like it's trying to be a control deck without being a control deck, is like the way it played out in my head. If we will get those effects, who knows? We know a second set is coming out at the end of January. We'll have to wait and see what that offers to Atsadi, but it's definitely a fun deck. It's definitely a deck I still recommend people try and play. You can definitely improve this silly every mana card version, and I'd love to see what people do with Atsadi. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want to leave a comment with your deck list that people can check out of a more meta, more competitive Atsadi list versus the silly one, it's greatly appreciated. If you want to like and subscribe, that's greatly appreciated too. And I hope everyone has a good night, and I hope you enjoyed watching the gameplay, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.